Hello, this is Claude, and I'm gonna do a review of some of the cases for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S 8.4 inch tablet. So I've got the lineup here of the most common cases, or the most popular cases. So basically I've got here the Samsung case, the original case. I'll review it a little bit. After that, we've got here the Ru case, Optigon case. This one right here. Here we've got the Poetic Case, and I've got the last one is the Moco Case, the slim case. All slim case in this area. So if we're gonna just look quickly, the Samsung as the I don't know, they call it, I think the Band-Aid surface or texture. That's what it is. So that's the original one. Of the three, is probably the one that the texture is, not the texture, but the feel is probably the most professional, or the one that feels the most quality. So this is the case in itself. In the way that that snaps open is like this. It's difficult because you got the magnet here. So you do the magnet. This is the inside of the case itself. You've got the snap buttons where the tablet itself comes and snaps into place, and you've got the opening for the camera. And the feel inside is very soft, and you see that it's going to protect the tablet. And even in the inside, you've got a little indent here for the home button there. So it's pretty good, and I'm going to show you what it does, and then it folds. All right, I'm going to show it. I'm going to put the tablet in it and show you. After that, if you go to the Ru case, this is the Ru case. Basically, it's kind of rubbery. It feels like rubber itself, the case itself. It's got a very rubbery feel, you know, if the tablet is in it, you've got good magnets. You've got the auto wake function right here, and basically, you know, the inside is also kind of a rubber, and it's like a texture with little dots. It's very even. If you look at the case itself, the front, it bends very nicely, and it will take the shape that we want to do. If you look at the well, let me show you. When you close the thing here, one of the thing with the Ru case, it doesn't really close even. You know, so you actually have to position it so it's going to close nice. You got the magnets. Once it's in place, it stays in place. But it's kind of, you know, it doesn't close nice, and it's really, you really need to come and deposit properly, so it's going to close nice. So of the three cases, the Ru case is the one that feels, because of the rubbery look, it feels a little cheap. But actually, if you look at the way it gives a protection with the tablet in it, it's got very, very good protection. So this is why I've got mixed feelings about this one. I don't know which one I'm going to keep for my day-to-day use, because it's actually pretty decent. All right, so that's what it is. So basically, this was with the tablet in. All right, so the folding positions we've got with these, with the Ru case. Let me show you here. The folding positions are, you know, and this is where you will see. It folds nice. I have to say that, and this is the back, by the way, of the Ru case. It's got some kind of a texture in here, a design. It's actually good looking. It's, you know, you can see here. Hopefully, I'm not going to drop the camera here. So you've got a design, Ru case logo, and so that's a nice feature. All right. So for the folding, you'll see that it folds right, just nice, and it stays in place. So that's good, right? You want that. The viewing angle is a little steep. Okay, so it's a little steep, but it's actually, you know, it does the job, right? So it's not that bad when you all things consider. So this is it's a good holding position. You try to knock it down, it's not gonna go nowhere. If you put it into the typing position, I loaded with the weather, and so if you pulled it in the typing position, the angle is kind of, you know, it's not too much angle, so it's kind of low, but it's still, you know, if you're going to be typing on this thing is not going to go nowhere. So I give it some points for that, because it's actually pretty good. Like I said, the only thing that bothers me is that when you fold it back, it just kind of, it can be like, there's quite of a gap here. But for overall protection, it's the thickness of the frame itself is actually pretty thick. So I like that. It gives good protection to the tablet, and that's what you want with that case, to get protection. So that is that one was the roux case. Let me show you the difference now with the other ones. Just gonna turn it off, right? There you go. So removing it. There you go. That is and then that's the inside of the roux case there on the other side. So it's hard plastic, but it's not that bad. All right. So if I go to the Samsung, well, I'll keep the Samsung in the back because you need to do the snap-ins and all that. That's the Poetic case. All right, I've shown about it. There's the logo Poetic on it here. I've had Poetic on other tablets and I really liked it. This is the back. All right, opening for this. And this is the side, what you got. I'll put the tablet in it. And this is the inside. Also, it's some kind of a velvety, thing there. And you will see here that this thing that folds is pretty stiff. You've got the magnets as well. You got one magnet here, another magnet in the bottom. So you got some magnets. Let's put the tablet in it. I put the tablet in here. Snap it into place. Very easy. When you turn it on. So let's turn the tablet on. Okay. So one of the things is when you close it, unlike the roux case, when you actually this is how it looks like. All right. So you've got the typical Poetic thing. How it feels, how it looks. The protection in the bottom you got on the edges. But the roux case had more protection. The protection was coming all the way here, more or less. So it had more protection than the roux case. This is what it looks like on the side. On the top part with the microphone opening and the speaker. So this is overall, I like it because, it feels good. It feels like the Poetic quality is there. And the only thing that I don't like with that is when it's time to fold it, to have it into a folding position, you will see how stiff it is. Maybe you can work it in, but this is how it is, and this is what happens. There is another way to fold, and that probably is the better way to do it, to fold that tablet with the Poetic case. Since usually what I will do is fold it, let me turn that off. Usually would be to fold it this way. And this is where I say that it does not hold up, right? Oh, now it kind of wants to, so that's good. But supposedly there's a better way, which is to fold it inside, because there are magnets. You can see the magnets here are holding it. Do the magnet thing, and needs to kind of rest here. Make sure you get the magnets on, and then it's gonna hold it like this. So that's a way that I didn't know we could do. And by playing with it, I realized we can do that. The only thing I see is that if you just slightly, put a little pressure, very minimal pressure, or if you are in the airplane, just like I do a lot of flying around, and there's a little turbulence, it's gonna fall. All right. So that's it. So I want to make sure that you guys knew that there's that other folding option, and it's actually. If you're in a stable environment, a night table or something, you put a clock, alarm clock app, then it's going to hold in place pretty good. All right. So the thing is that I like, the only thing is that you close it, you got the auto on and off feature as well. And, it falls nice and it protects the tablet. The only thing here is that once you do the folding position to view, it doesn't stay. Let's do it if I want to put it into a typing mode. Even there, I'm gonna have to fight with it a little bit. There you go. Once it's in a typing mode, and you will see those still. Now I'm gonna do a whole bunch of things, but if you do that, you will see that. I don't want to load a whole bunch of things there. Up. There you go. So basically, it's gonna hold in place just nice. All right. So nothing's gonna happen. All right, so typing position for the Poetic Case is good. So that's it for the Poetic stem case. Removal of the case. There you go. The Poetic. Now the Moco Case, I'm not even going to go with it, and I'm not going to install it. But that's the Moco Case, right? Moco logos right here. Oh, you can see it there. Yeah, it's very similar to the Poetic Case. And that's the inside of it. It's got the velvety thing inside. You've got the two magnets in here. Opening for the camera basically is my favorite. You know, it's got the little design here, so that's the one I prefer of all the cases. It offers decent protection on the sides as well. The only thing I've had with this case is, and I don't want to screw my tablet up, is that once I put the tablet, and this is the back, once I put my tablet into the case, well, you know, I'll do it. This is how it goes. Snap it into place. Then the tablet does weird things. It doesn't respond, and it starts doing weird things. The back button sometimes doesn't want to work. You see? Well, no, there's nothing to go back to. But the back button sometimes will work. The on and off button sometimes will work, sometimes will not work. And I'm afraid, and it's been reported that the tablet for some people has crashed. So I don't want to take risk and go and do that. Music there and risk anything. It's working just fine. But I've had the problem where let's just put the magnet on top of it there. Auto on and off is there. Okay, that's gonna make me lie. All right, so seems to be working now. All right, so actually, if this thing, when I put my tablet in the first time around, it actually gave me a lot of trouble, and this was an issue that has been reported on other. If you look in Amazon for the reviews, other people will see that the case would crash the tablet. I've had the exact same thing with mine, with my unit, and I do not trust this thing there. This was flashing a little bit, so we'll see. All right, so but overall, it's a good case. If it keeps holding up like this, I might even use it as my main case. So that's the Moco here. All right. So basically, and let me just show you. Oh well, let me show you the folding. The viewing angles. You will see here. How does it fold? It actually is not that stiff. Holds into place. If I want to push it, how does it go? It holds pretty good. In typing position here. All right. It's very sturdy. All right, not going nowhere. And actually, it's a very good, and the height of the angle there for the typing position is pretty high. So that's pretty good. So good. Hopefully, that thing will keep doing. Aha, it's doing it now. Instead, well, there's nothing to go back to, but still, yeah. You see now, it kind of froze on me there when I was trying to. Okay. Working here. All right. Turn it off. Do that. Go there. Turn it off. Turn it on. All right. It should have brought me to the main screen there, but let's see here. All right. We'll see. It seems to be working just fine now. Okay. All right, the last one is the case is the all right, last case I'm going to check is the Samsung case. All right, going with the Samsung case. Here's the Samsung case. I showed it. This is the little, the magnets that are in here. This is the little flap, and this becomes uncomfortable. That's the only negative I can see with this case. Well, there's something else too. There's the protection, we will see. Behind the tablet, you got two little buttons here. All right, a lot of people, when you get the tablet, don't have the original case. You wonder why are these buttons there? But they will just snap into these buttons here. I'm gonna just try to align it, get a feel for it, and push and push. And let me just make sure they're all the way down. Okay, this is how the camera and the flash will fit into the case. Very nice case. Magnet comes and closes it here. Problem that I have with this case is that offers almost no protection on the top and bottom part of the tablet. So if you drop it and it drops straight like this on concrete or something, bad things are going to happen. So there's a lack of protection here. The great thing about this in this case is that it offers great possibilities for the angles, the viewing angle. So basically, if I'm going to get it straight, one of the position is going like this. Whoop, yeah, like that, and the magnets here snap into place. So this is one viewing angle. It's a good viewing angle, all right, and it's great. It's just not going nowhere and all that. That's very good, all right. There's another one. If you want to go a little steeper, you can get it there, and then it's just gonna hold in place like this. And that's pretty good. If you're in an airplane, you get the little table in front of you. That's probably the best angle you were gonna have. And there is the typing position as well, which is gonna go something like, if I recall, like you're gonna put it like this. It goes like that, right? There you go. So basically, this is how you make the angle go. And when you're gonna be typing with that, also typing position is gonna be very comfortable. It's not as high, but it's pretty good. The angle is pretty good. So that is the case here. The only thing I don't like with this case, well, other than the protection there, that is not that good, right? Like I said, bottom and top portion, is if you just want to hold the tablet as a book and you just want to fold it down, what do you do with that flap here? And it really doesn't bend back nice. You cannot really hold it with and have it like this. So it's kind of uncomfortable. So you never know what to do with that flap here on top. So it's just weird. And the little flapping thing that when you want to hold it, at night you want to just read a book or an ebook or something, and it just gets uncomfortable. All right. Other than that, for the look and feel and the design of the case itself, it's very well made, and it's got also the magnets, the auto wake on and off. It's there. So it looks very good. You got the Galaxy Tab S logo on it and the Samsung logo on top. So it's really good overall, and it looks good. It looks very high quality. It's just that the cons for that is the protection, the little flap there. But then again, for the holding as a book position, however, that little flap gives you great two viewing positions plus the typing position, and it keeps it sturdy in place. So that is the positive for that. So of all the cases, the four cases that I've got, the Samsung, the Ru case, the Poetic. Unfortunately, the Poetic doesn't hold in place, and the Moco case. Basically of the roundup, all four are decent. The Moco gave me troubles initially when I installed the tablet the first few days. And now it didn't repeat the problems that I had. So if it doesn't, I'm going to try it back for a couple of days, and if it holds, I will probably leave the tablet in the Moco case. The Poetic case, I like this brand. These guys do a good job. The only thing on this one here is that the top is too stiff and it's just going to pop back. It's not going to stay into a viewing angle. So for this reason, I'm going to discard this case. This one, the Ru case, is overall a decent case, huh? If I'd go outdoors and all of that in a rugged environment, that's probably the one I'm going to bring. The flap is pretty nice. It stays in place. It folds nice. It's just that when you fold it back, you see that the plate here that it's got, it doesn't, so you need to fold it back into a good position there. But other than that, if you're gonna put it in a backpack or somewhere, and it's gonna probably get scratched or something, that's the rubbery feel. And then the thickness also of the plastic is probably the thickest of all the cases. And if I'm gonna go into a snobbish party and bring my tablet with me, I will bring the Galaxy OEM case. All right, and it looks good, and it gives good viewing angles, and does the job very well for that. All right, so there you go. So this is my review of the most common cases for the Galaxy Tab S at 8.4 inches, done by Claude. Thank you. Bye-bye.